Welcome back to the Wider channel. In the last episode I talked about how there was an oil pressure or oil level sending unit on the bottom left side of the engine. It is in fact not one of those things. It is the crankshaft position sensor. The crankshaft position sensor was recovered from the old engine. The replacement engine had the wires cut on it, so I was kind of forced to use the old sensor. In pulling it out of the engine, it left behind the O-ring that seals it so the oil doesn't just spill out around it. That's the problem we have going on here. I'm going to remedy it in this episode. So without further ado, let's get the show started. Alright, first things first, let's get the seat pulled up and we'll check out these magic mirrors, see how easy they come off now. Just pop it off. Super, super easy. I see there's a piece missing there on this fender. That's why. That's why there's not a screw there. It's missing the holder. While we're in here today, we're going to replace this part where it's all cracked up. You can see that there. The replacement part came in for all this plastic, so we'll finally get to replace that. I did take the opportunity as soon as it came in to replace the gas cap. Pretty easy procedure, just take a pair of pliers and pull that off. New one just pops right in there, a little tether, gas cap screws on. I didn't want to get any dirt in there, so I took the opportunity to get that done ASAP. There's a crack there, broke there, broke there. I would like to say well done, Can-Am. This is a very well-built machine. The other thing I would like to say is to the mechanics that do this every day, I applaud you. All right, because I think there's going to be a bunch of oil spill out when I take this sensor off, which, like I said, is the crankshaft position sensor. I thought it was an oil sending unit of some sort, but it is a crankshaft position sensor. There's definitely oil in there. All right, so what we're looking for, crankshaft position sensor is right there. When I received this motor, it had a crank position sensor on it, but the wires had been cut. So I took the sensor and the wiring off the old engine and didn't notice there's an O-ring that was left in the old engine. So when I put this one in, it didn't make a good tight seal, which is why we have oil leaking out of that little guy. So not being a professional that does this every day, this is what I expected to run into, was little things like this. It is held in by a single screw. And I do expect that I'm going to lose some oil in this process. Like I said. All right. Our little captivator is out. Get the pan positioned how I think the oil's going to run out of this. That is not fun. There is no O-ring in the hole, nor is there any on the sensor. So let's get the O-ring put on the sensor. All right. Now to get it back in the hole. We are back in the hole. And amazingly enough, I got the screw started. not a very easy spot to get to, that's for sure. There we go. All right. That leak should now be handled. All right, brand new Can-Am part. Get started putting it back together by putting a new part on. That'll be nice and easy. I did get a comment on one of the videos. Somebody asked where I buy my parts from, and mostly eBay. The thing is, I try to find used parts for this just to save money. This is a project for me that I didn't have a whole lot of money to put into to start with, so I just wanted to save as much money as possible. I know we all like to do that. When I can't find a new part, when I can't find a used part, and the application calls for a new part, I've been buying from a company called Big Country Power Sports, and they're in Kentucky. This piece in particular, there's a little tab right here on the back, and when I ordered it the first time around, the reason that we didn't put it back together with it in the first place is the part came in with some shipping damage. The original part that I ordered came in with shipping damage. This little piece had been knocked off of there in shipping. So I contacted Big Country Power Sports, and they sent me a brand new one, no questions asked. Now, when I can get that kind of service, and they're usually really, really quick to get things shipped to me, that's how I'm going to buy. So I'll stay loyal to them as long as this level of service continues. So big shout out to Big Country Power Sports. I believe it's Bowling Green, Kentucky is where they come from. All right, here's the difficult part. Get this guy in without breaking that tab. Bada boom, bada bing. There we go. Get that put back together. Throw a couple of these nice little tabs in there. These ones are visible with this open, so my mirrors I got from CLM Parts in Canada. I believe they tear apart broken Spyders and part them out. Broken, I think, just about anything. Seems like they have a lot of parts for a lot of things. It's CLM Parts. There's one. Bada boom, bada bing. That's nice. And last but not least, here we go. Magic mirrors. Do your magic. Just like that. Well, folks, we were successful in putting the O-ring back on the crank position sensor. I no longer have an oil leak underneath this Can-Am Spyder. Hopefully that helps. If you ever need to locate the crank position sensor, that is where it's at. The wiring runs right up the front of the engine and connects right next to where the knock sensor plugs in, which is right on the front of the engine as well. That's going to be all I have for this episode. If you liked what you saw, and maybe you learned something, I know I did, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. It really helps with the growth of the channel. That's all I have for today, so we'll see you on the next one.